Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Look, today we are cutting straight through the hype to look at the absolute reality of using Shein as your dropshipping supplier in 2026. We're going to break down the actual data, the real risks involved, and most importantly, the actual math behind this entire model.
So we really have to ask the million-dollar question. Is it still worth it? I mean, considering there's absolutely no official support program for sellers, and shipping can literally take weeks, is this massive fast fashion catalog a total goldmine for aspiring entrepreneurs, or is it just a trap waiting to spring? Well, let's figure that out right now. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll navigate the Shein gray area. 2, we'll compare Shein to traditional suppliers. 3, we'll map out a step-by-step blueprint. 4, we're going to master those margins and profits. And 5, we'll cover how to scale safely. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the Shein gray area and the actual rules of the game. Right off the bat, we need to bust a pretty major myth. People are always asking, wait, is this even legal? The short answer, yes, absolutely. Buying a product and reselling it is perfectly legal under a legal principle called the first sale doctrine, which is also known as retail arbitrage. But, and honestly this is a massive but, while the law totally allows it, Shein's own internal platform rules create a very murky gray area that you've got to navigate carefully. The reality you really have to understand is what Shein actually is. They are a direct-to-consumer fast fashion retailer. They are not a B2B dropshipping supplier. That means there's no official program and no API to hook into. You're operating purely on their standard consumer terms of service. Furthermore, their copyright is strictly enforced on all product photos. Oh, and here's the kicker. Your customer is going to receive their order in a super obvious Shein-branded poly bag or box. Moving on to section 2, let's stack Shein up against traditional wholesale suppliers. This comparison brilliantly illustrates the trade-off you're making here. With Shein, you get 0 minimum order quantities, and you get instant access to over 600,000 products to test. That's huge. But on the flip side, traditional suppliers win heavily on shipping, usually just 5 to 15 days. Plus, and this is crucial, they use unbranded custom packaging that completely protects your brand's identity. All right, section 3. Let's get tactical with our step-by-step execution blueprint. If you've looked at the pros and cons and decided that Shein's massive catalog is worth the trade-offs, well, here is your pragmatic guide to building a compliant store. And the best part is, you don't need thousands of dollars to do it. You can launch this entire 5-phase execution plan for just $100 to $500. This covers the whole shebang, from setting up a dedicated account all the way to safely processing your very first orders. Let's break down those first 2 steps. First things first, you absolutely need to set up a dedicated Shein account. Keep it completely separate from your personal shopping. Why? Because as you buy items to fulfill customer orders, you're actually going to unlock Shein VIP tiers, specifically tiers S1 through S3. This magically gives you 5 to 15% discounts on your orders. Then for step 2, please don't just guess what's going to sell. Do the research. Look for highly rated niches like activewear or cozy cable knit sweaters. Make sure they have a 4.5-star rating or higher, and then validate that demand using Google Trends just to be safe. Moving to steps 3 and 4, you'll want to build your storefront on an independent platform like Shopify or WooCommerce. Honestly, you should avoid the super strict marketplaces like Amazon when you're just starting out. Now listen closely, because this is probably the single most important takeaway of this entire explainer. You must order product samples to your house and take your own original photos. Never, and I mean literally never, use Shein's name, their logos, or their images on your site. If you do, you risk fatal copyright strikes that can shut your whole business down overnight. Build your own unique brand identity instead. Okay, let's dive into section 4, mastering margins and profits. Time for the real math. It is time to look at the unglamorous, nitty-gritty math behind this business model. First off, just completely ignore the get-rich-quick social media hype you see everywhere. A realistic, genuinely sustainable net profit margin for this sits right between 20 and 30%. If you aim much higher, you're just going to be totally uncompetitive. But aim lower? Well, a single customer return could completely wipe out your profit for the day. Knowing your hidden costs is absolutely everything here. Let's crunch some numbers together. Say you find a nice cable knit sweater on Shein for $8.99. Seems like a total steal, right? But wait, you have to add $4.50 for shipping, plus payment and platform fees, let's say $1.90 in ad costs, and this is critical, a mandatory 15% allocation for returns. Because let's face it, someone, somewhere, is inevitably going to order the wrong size. When you tally all that up, your true cost is actually $19.55. So, because your true cost is nearly $20, applying a standard 3 to 4x markup on that original Shein price means you really need to sell that sweater for roughly $27 to $36 just to hit your margin. And here is a little pro tip for you. Strategically buying during Shein flash sales or cashing in those VIP points we talked about earlier can actually lower your initial cost by a couple of dollars. That right there is pure, straight to the bottom line profit added to every single order.
Finally, we arrive at section 5. Scaling safely using automation. Look, doing everything manually is perfectly fine if you're only getting 2 or 3 orders a day. But that system is going to break down completely the second you try to scale. Manual operations inevitably lead to disasters. Like, imagine selling an item that Shein literally just sold out of 5 minutes ago. Nightmare, right? Automated dropshipping, on the other hand, gives you real-time synchronization. It's like having a digital guard protecting your store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Software tools like EasySync are pretty much your secret weapon here. They let you bulk import items right into your store instantly. Even better, they automatically place the order with Shein the exact second a customer buys from you, and they automatically forward the tracking data. But honestly, the most impressive feature, you can actually set up repricing rules. This means the software will instantly stop selling an item if your profit margin happens to dip below that crucial 20% threshold. With automation handling all the heavy lifting and the tedious data entry, you get to actually focus on being the business owner. And your biggest challenge? Managing the reality of 10 to 25 day shipping times. The secret here is to just be incredibly transparent. Under-promise on your delivery times right there on your website, and put all your energy into providing excellent, proactive customer service. Remember, you're selling non-urgent fashion, not emergency supplies. Customers will absolutely wait if you just communicate with them clearly. All right, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a question to chew on. Shein's incredibly low costs make it the absolute ultimate testing ground for new niches. But given the hurdles with the branded packaging and those longer shipping times, you have to make a call. Are you trying to build a permanent, sustainable brand on a fast fashion foundation? Or is Shein really just a temporary stepping stone in your broader e-commerce journey? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and we'll catch you next time.